All right, guys, I'm here today. I've got my Suzukis. I got these 200 DFs. It's time to do a service, and you can see where I'm sitting. Water's way down there, so probably good 8 foot down because it's low tide right now. So anyway, I'm in the same particular most of y'all's in. If you keep your boat in the water, or if you keep it on the lift, how do you change your oil? What's the best tool to use? And I'm going to show you how I do it. And I just bought this new siphon pump, and it's OEM Tools, 2.5 gallon, and we're going to use it today and show you how it works. And on these particular motors, the oil filter is a little tricky. You're supposed to take the side cover off with the drain, and you get the filter at the same time, but you don't want to do that over the water because you're going to drop the bolts and hang over the side of the boat, and it's just not very feasible. So I'm gonna show you how to do the oil filter, a little trick that I found that works real good, and we're just gonna go over the full service of the motor. Okay, let me get set up and we'll get started. Okay, on the oil filter itself, what you do is it's in there a little tight, and you only put it hand tight. I'm sorry about the wind, but I can't control that. You only put it hand tight when you put it on. You might have to get a wrench to crack it, but anyway, take your rag, shove a rag down there, and there's not a whole lot of oil that comes out of these filters, but regardless, you don't want oil in the bottom of your motor. All right, so I got a rag in there real good, and now I'm just gonna unscrew it by hand. All right, and now it's out. Tip it up like this, and on your manifold, it's got a little dent right here in it. If you pull out the casing just a little bit, that filter will pop out of there. Let me get my hand up under the bottom of it. I don't want it to go in the water. And that's it. All right, so the filter's out. Just that simple. Let me get the other filter. All right, so here's the new filter, and you just get a little bit of oil off your old filter and rub it right there around your seal. Okay, and now it's going to go back in there, and try not to get oil all over the side of the filter. When it comes to tightening it up by hand, you're going to be in a little predicament because you can't get in there as tight as you want it. All right, and it slides right back in there. Just that easy. Oh. Let me get my hand in here. I'm trying not to hit the camera. Okay, all right, now that's out, oil filter's on, and what I do is I take my rag, see if I can move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here, and you put it on there till it stops, and then you want 3/4 of a turn. And if you feel like you're unaware whether you got it tight enough, I mean, you can put your wrench on it and get it another 1/4 turn, but you don't want to over tighten these filters. And there's no reason you can't get it by hand unless your hands are really big. It's hard to get in there. All right, so oil filter's done. And now we're going to get the siphon pump out, and we'll get that going. Let me just show you what I got for oil. I went with Suzuki. Of course, I want to use Suzuki oil. So 1040 E-Star oil. I got it from Precision Marine. There's the phone number. Suzuki outboard. So what they do is they give you a sticker and they give you a card. Get your card to put in your pocket. Sticker you keep inside your boat, and you can put your hours of the motor right there on it, so you'll know what hours you change it at. And they give you, I bought the kit. The kit's actually cheaper than buying everything individually. They give you 2 gaskets for your oil sump. I got the oil and the 2 filters. So anyway, that was the best deal I could find. If you buy it separately, it's very expensive. And actually, these are the 100-hour service on the motors. It don't call for oil filters, but you know, what are you saving? Change your filters. I can't stress it enough. So anyway, we're gonna get this pump out and we're gonna pump this oil out. Okay. Now let's see how it does. Here comes the oil. All right, so what we're doing, all I'm doing is a backward sprayer. I'm pumping this, it forces the air out, creates a vacuum in the chamber, and the oil is flowing. All right, guys, it's all out now. So this is finished sucking, and all we have to do now is just put our oil in, and I'll show you how to do that if you want to see it. It's pretty basic. This is your oil. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to show that. You don't see that. Take your cap off, put your funnel in there, put your oil in there, and double check. Make sure your motor is level, and then double check it on your dipstick. And then the last thing I'm gonna do before I finish everything is I'm gonna take the freshwater hose and I'm gonna hose out all my trough all around here. Even though these things don't get wet, that salt air comes and it sucks in. So I want to wash everything off with salt and keep these motors as new as possible for as long as possible. Okay, so anyway, hope this helps you out. If you're doing it and you're looking for a tool, here we go. OEM 2.5 gallons. I like it. Seems to work good, does the purpose, holds a lot of oil. So I'm gonna dump this oil and I'm gonna do my next motor. Anyway, like my video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay, adios.